Hello guys, thank you once again for watching one of my videos. This one might be a long one though. It's as you've seen from the title, 50 facts about me. So it took me a while to think of these, so let's hope it doesn't also take a while in the video, because as much as I love talking about myself, I'm pretty sure people are not going to want to listen to me talking about myself for that long. So we shall start. Okay, so number one, I don't know, I'm going to lose track of numbers, don't know how I'm going to do this, just roll with it. So number one, my middle name is Amber, so that is Abigail Amber Cobby, and I'm not sure why my name is Amber, like my middle name is Amber, but I like it, I think it works well. At home, I live with my mum, my dad and my sister. Fact. The third fact is at university I live with my three friends, my three like bestie little buddies, girls called Fiamma, Claudia and Emma. As many people know, I go to Exeter University and I study psychology. I have been with my boyfriend for 3 years. That I can sort of tap dance and I can sort of play the piano. Tap dancing wise, I only did it for like a year, so I kind of know like basic stuff. And then with piano, I've been playing that for a long time now. Yeah, for like years and years. But I've always sort of like gone in and out of lessons over the years. I haven't like always stuck with it, and sometimes I've gone back to it, and I've never had like my own keyboard or piano. I've sort of always been like either loaning one or yeah, just borrowing keyboards from people. So I love playing a piano and I am like okay at it, but I wouldn't say I'm the best. But yeah, I do like playing piano. My favourite film is Wayne's World. The most famous person I've ever met is probably Michael Ball. And if people don't know who that is, he is very big in musical theatre. So yeah, famous person. So fact is that I was born in Portsmouth, and I have lived in like 4 other places in my life if you count Exeter. So I lived in Portsmouth until I was about 2, and then we moved to Peace Pottage, which is near Crawley, and we lived there till I was about 5, and then we moved to Bognor. So yeah, and I've been at Bognor since till now, and I also obviously live in Exeter when I'm at university. If I hadn't done psychology at university, one of the other degrees I probably would have looked at is doing a history degree. I love history. I've done it like obviously in A-level, GCSE. I just find it really interesting and I think it's a great subject. So basically one fact is that I have scoliosis, which is curvature of the spine. Basically my spine is in like an S shape. It's very groovy. I feel like I'm at like a 40-degree curve on one, and I can't remember what the other one is. But yeah, and I first discovered I had it when I was about 11, and I had like a range of hospital appointments, and I was discharged from them when I was 18, when I stopped growing basically, because then they realised that unless I have an operation, there's not a lot they can do about it if I've stopped growing. And yeah, I think it's fine. I don't really notice it myself, to be honest. I only really notice it in my ribs. Like one of my ribs sticks out more than the other one, but I feel like unless you literally physically touch my rib or see me without a top on, not that many people do that, but yeah, then you would notice that it sticks out. But apart from that, oh well. I also used to have, I still have a hearing aid. I don't wear it as much anymore. I feel like my hearing has got better over the years, but when I was again about 10 or 11, I used to like put subtitles on with the TV all the time, and I still do that now but not as much. And my parents are like, oh, probably shouldn't be putting subtitles on at the age of 11. So they took me to the hearing people and they said that I had like minor hearing loss, and I was given a hearing aid, and it was purple. It's actually still is purple, I still have the same one. And yeah, I had just a hearing aid for this ear, my right ear. I once stepped on a needle when I was about 3 years old, like a sewing needle, so about this big, and it went straight through my foot, and because I was about 2 or 3, I wasn't able to actually say what was wrong with me, and so basically I was like limping around the house, and then my dad was like, oh, can you stand on your leg? And I obviously couldn't because I had a needle in it. And he was like, probably take it to the doctors. And I went to the doctors and there was a needle stuck in there and it had literally gone like right through the skin and it just like closed up. So he took it out and I now have like a scar that you can still see on like the base of my foot. It's probably about that big scar. You can like, it's not like you can feel it if you put your finger there. It's like, ugh. Basically, over the years, I have developed a passion for sloths. I love them. Who doesn't, in all honesty? Oh, yes. So me and my friend Sophie, for some reason, just found some sloth memes that we loved back in the day, and then my little love for them grew and grew. And this is the first sloth that I owned. My friend Sophie got it for me for Christmas in like 2012, 2011, and I love him. And then over the years I also gained Mrs. Sloth. So this is Mr. Sloth, and this is Mrs. Sloth. And then I got Flash last year for my birthday. You guys might recognise him from Zootropolis. And I also have another sloth that I was given for my birthday last year from Brendan, and he is a massive. And I also have like a baby one that my friend got me for Christmas as well. So yeah, I love sloths. I did a, sorry, I'm just chucking them over there. I did a presentation on them in my Year 11 English GCSE and I got an A. So I thought that's pretty good. So I don't know if I should say this because I don't want people to think like I'm favouritising, but I would probably say my oldest best friend that I've had for a while is Sophie. You know who you are. Yeah, so I've had her as a best friend since I was about 11. We were in the same tutor group in school and we were for like until year 11. So yeah, I am still really good friends, best friends with her now. She is so funny. If you know her, then you would know how funny she is. Literally the most hilarious person you've ever met in your life, and we have so many good memories. So yeah, she is my oldest best friend. I have the best family in the world. Now, that's probably a fact that a lot of people have, but I just like to say that my family are amazing. I love them very, very much. So yes. Now, I'm not in that many societies at university, but the one society I am in is the Disney Society. I am social sec, so that's a fun fact for everyone. I basically organise social events and to set them all up and send off the risk stuff. So yeah, I am social sec. A couple of TV shows, as a fun fact, that are my favourites over the years is Friends, Call the Midwife, Orange is the New Black, like The Undateables, and yeah, I'd probably say they're like the 4 that I love. I have never been on a holiday anywhere outside of Europe apart from Morocco when I was about 8. So yes, hoping to explore some more countries very soon. Also, I used to hate the idea of going on a plane. Like, oh my goodness, it was like a no-go zone. I feel like it was because I hadn't been on one in a really long time. So I had like, so I normally just go on cruises. So I had the feeling that I was gonna hate being on a plane until I went on a plane first time with Jack. First time since Morocco with Jack last year to Rome. And not gonna lie, it was still pretty scary, but I'm over it now. Oh no, I think last time I went on a plane was I went to Dublin with Jack 2 years ago. Sorry, Jack. Yes, that was also pretty scary, but that was because it was probably Ryanair, and Ryanair are, they're fine, I guess. I have a signed picture of, basically it's not a signed picture, it's a signed drawing, and then it is signed by the voice of Jafar from Aladdin, Mr. Jonathan Freeman. It's very exciting. My friend went to a, they call like a Comic-Con? Some sort of like festival in America, because he lives there, and he got it done for me as a surprise. That was really nice. I literally cried when I got it. I was like, ah! I'd probably say my favourite meal of the day is breakfast. That is a fact that I feel like not that many people care about, and it's fair enough, but I had to think of 50, so please give me a break with it. I have a memory box that I keep all my stuff in, like certificates, items and memories that mean a lot to me over the years, and I've had it since I was in year 2. The very first thing I put in it was a like 100% attendance certificate from year 2, and literally the box is like, oh, like this big, and it's like metal, and it's literally like filled to the brim now. Like I can't physically put anything else in it because it's just got so much in it. I love singing, but I'm not very good at it, but I do love a good sing song. Another fun fact is I went to Reading Fest in 2013 with my friends, and I guess a fact from that is that my tent was only one lined, so it wasn't actually waterproof, and I got a load of condensation, so I ended up having to put my tent inside my friend's tent because he had a much bigger one, and that didn't work either. So I basically spent the whole of Reading like waking up, you know when you're like lying down, because it was a really small tent. I woke up and I'd have like rain just like psh, and I was like, I love festivals. Had my ears pierced 3 times. Actually, it's not that fun, but I've had my ears pierced 3 times, yep. And I had them done when I was 8, when I was, oh, I don't know, another age. And then I wanted my second one done, and being the rebellious child that I was, I, for some stupid reason, got my friend to do it, and she literally pierced my ear with another earring. Like, do not even get me started. I don't know what I was thinking. And so she pierced them like this, and I was like, oh, that actually really hurts. And obviously my mum was very annoyed at me because I was hiding it from her, and then she saw, and she was not impressed. But to be fair to her, because she is the most amazing mum ever, once I took them out and they had healed up, or like sort of healed up, she actually took me to get them done properly. So love your mama. Thank you for accepting all those horrible things I used to do. Is that I am a really big fainter. Like, I just will faint at pretty much anything. I think I fainted maybe like 6 times before. Once when watching a documentary about babies. Second, okay, I don't want to go through them all because I can't really remember them, but second one was when I got my ears pierced for the first time, fainted in Claire's. That was good. Third, when I got a splinter and my dad was trying to take it out. Fourth, when I had another injection. Fifth, when I had another injection. And sixth, I nearly fainted, but I managed to withhold myself. But I was literally on the verge, and it was weird. But I actually managed to like bring myself back. I was like, oh, I'm fine, here we go. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not even like scared of injections or anything, but I think it's just like an unconscious thing that my body just like builds up inside that I don't realise until I like, because it's after I have the injection, so then my body like releases all its like tenseness, and I just sort of like faint. And yeah, I don't know, fainting is a really weird feeling if anyone hasn't had it. It's not like, you don't feel ill or anything, you just like feel a bit like, feel a bit dizzy, and then all of a sudden you're like out, and the next minute, you know, you're like dazed and coming round, and it's just like really strange. But yeah, I'm quite the fainter, so that's something to be aware of. It took me 3 times to pass my driving test. I was a very nervous person when it comes to driving tests, so I had one. So I started my first driving lesson on my birthday, on my 17th birthday, and I had my driving test in December, and my birthday's in July. Failed that one, had it again at Easter, failed that one, had it again in July, and I passed. So that was good. Yeah, I just get really nervous, which is fair enough. I think a lot of people get nervous when it comes to that sort of thing. The favourite place I've been to in the world is Rome. I love it. It's the most amazing city, and I would truly, truly recommend it if anyone wants to go there. We actually, yeah, I feel it was relatively cheap. Like, if you find the right restaurants, and all the like attractions are actually quite cheap. The only problem was that we missed our flight at the end. We did not realise that airport was that big, and yeah, so that was the only expense that we had to deal with, really. But yeah, I love Rome. Recommend it for a couple, just anyone really. It's really good. And also my flatmate Claudia lives in Rome, so fun fact for you guys about Claudia. So if you want to see Claudia do 50 fun facts, let me know, I'll get her on it. I went for a phase when I was about 16, when me and my friend Sophie, we were really obsessed with Kevin Bacon, I don't know why, I think we just watched Footloose and thought it was like the best film in the world. Maybe it was younger actually. And then there's literally this supply teacher at our school started, and he looked exactly like a young Kevin Bacon. You guys don't even understand, he would literally look the same. And yeah, that was just funny. Just funny. And then he did those EE adverts. Classic. Good old Kevin Bacon. I love going to the gym. I've seen 5 musicals in the West End. I'm a very, very lucky girl, so thank you to all those who have gone with me or let me, like, you know, giving me the money or the presents to go. So I've been to see Aladdin, Les Mis, Lion King, Dreamgirls and Wicked. So all excellent top-notch musicals. I'm not really scared of any animals, apart from spiders. Like, I don't even know if I'm that scared of them, to be honest. I just get a bit like, ooh, if I see a spider, but any other animal, I'm fine. I have a bit of a phobia of heights, and probably people who are closer to me will be like, Abby, that's actually kind of a big phobia. You're not just a little bit scared. Obviously I've been on a plane now, so like I'm still pretty scared when I'm up there, but I'm not like freaking out. But basically if I'm on like, if I'm on the top of, not while I'm on the top of a building, but I don't know, I just get really scared. Like if I'm really high up and I can like see over the edge, I'm like, oh no, 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 no. And I get like really, my legs go like weird and tingly. And I actually went through this like thing when I was younger, where even like if we were driving over bridges, like really high up bridges in the car over water, I like literally had to keep my head down for like the whole 30 seconds. I would literally be freaking out. I'd be like, oh my God. And I would always make my dad like drive in like the middle lane, because I didn't want to be near the edge and like accidentally look and be like, oh no, I'm on a bridge. I love baking. I think many people know I love like baking cakes. It's like a new thing that I've been into, but yep, I love doing that. My favourite ever game that I love playing, and Sophia will know this, is The Sims. I love Sims so much. I basically, I know exactly the whole story of how I got into it, so I'm going to tell you guys. We were visiting some family friends in Ipswich, and it was ages and ages ago, so it was when Sims 2 literally just came out, and I saw my friend playing Sims, like the original, and I was like, oh my God, that game looks really, really good, and I thought it was like the best thing ever. And then we went to the shops, and literally Sims 2 had just come out, and Dad was like, oh, we'll get you Sims 2 instead. And I was like obsessed, and I love Sims 3. Sims 4 is a bit, I don't know, I have a lot of issues with Sims 4, and I could go into that in detail if people want me to, but I feel like I will leave my opinions on Sims 4 for now to one side. Sims 2 and 3 though, I love them. They are the best games in the world. I've had so, I don't know how many hours I've spent on Sims in my lifetime, but I think it's probably kind of come to like a year and a bit. Not even joking. I've been to Disneyland Paris twice. Haven't been to any other Disneylands, so I just went when I was 8 and 17. A fun fact is that I worked at Clark's shoe shop since I was 16 years old. I obviously worked there at the weekend when I was at school, and I still go back there now in the summer holidays, Christmas, Easter, when I'm at uni. So the same Clark's, I love it. It's such a lovely shop to work in. Like, it's just nice to be amongst shoes, and the staff, like over the years, like it's such like a close-knit group, and I really like that. We're all so like happy and friendly with each other, and it's just a really nice atmosphere. So yeah, I love Clark's. But I didn't get accepted into my first choice at uni. My first choice was Bath, and I didn't get the grades. Grades were A star, AA, and I got 3 A's, so I didn't get in. But yeah, so now I'm at Exeter, which is absolutely fine. I love Exeter. Exeter is really good. I actually think in the long run, I prefer it here. That's the first time I ever spoke to Jack was on Twitter. I used to love James Arthur from The X Factor, was like obsessed with him. I also have an obsession with squash, the drink. I love squash. I don't actually like hot drinks, so yeah, squash is where it's at. I'm always drinking some squash. I actually love vintage things. I've been a really big fan of vintage for a long time now. So anything like clothes, music, films, furniture. I have loads of like vintagey little bits and bobs that I've got from charity shops over the years. I have the most amazing group of friends at uni. You guys all know who you are. I do the park run when I'm at home, which is basically a 5k run every Saturday morning at 9. It's a really good atmosphere. I'd actually really recommend it to anyone who likes to do running. Like, they do park runs like in every town pretty much. You can just all Google it and go to your nearest one. And it's really fun. It's basically just 5k, anyone does it, and it's really good atmosphere at the one at ours. So yeah, I love it. Good 5k on a Saturday morning. I always thought my cheeks would shrink as I got older. When I was younger, I thought that by this age I would have a lovely face that wasn't this round. But unfortunately, it's still here. It's fine, I've gotten used to it now, I love it. I have a really nice bike at home. It's like I got it for my 15th birthday. It's like a vintage, it's not actually a vintage bike, but it's styled like one. It's one of those ones where the handlebars like come round and you sit quite low, and it's like a burgundy red, and I love it. It's the best thing, and I always ride it in the summer. Like, obviously not in the winter as much because it's freezing, but it's basically my mode of transport in the summer. And the last fact, and I love you guys, so that's not the fact, but just want to say thanks for watching this video, is I want to work with children who have not physical disabilities as much, but mental disabilities or learning disabilities, anything like that. That's my dream job when I'm older. I'm not sure in what sector, what part of that, but yeah, I love that. So thank you so much for watching this video. On my timer it says 27 minutes, so I really hope I can get it shorter than that, because oh my god, I don't think I would want to watch myself for 27 minutes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed those facts. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye!